Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. So Callum Simpson retains his British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles. He won them from Zach Chelli in his previous fight. Widely outpointed Chelli, who himself was had a good record, 15-2, but the undefeated Simpson took the titles, and he defended them against Steed Woodhall with a second round stoppage. It wasn't without controversy. A lot of people felt it was a premature stoppage. I certainly did. Yes, Simpson was on the front foot. He was putting some real heat on Steed Woodhall. Woodhall had been heavily floored just prior to the stoppage. He'd been clipped with a couple of left hooks. Both these guys, orthodox fighters. And then as he backed to the ropes, there was a barrage, including one sort of hellacious right uppercut, which basically unhinged him and put him down on all fours. He got up on unsteady legs, but you could tell from his eyes, from the expression on his face, it was positive. It's like, okay, I know where I am. I've been rattled, I've been shaken, but this is boxing. Bit of shake, rattle, and roll is what you get when you get hit. And then he got trapped on the ropes again. Well, not really trapped, but there was a big right hand, another right hand from Simpson, excuse me. And Woodhall did a sort of half stutter step. It was an overhand right that found a home on the side of Woodhall's head, and it did push him back. And again, he was rattled, he was buzzed. But the referee stepped in and stopped it. And the question is, was he in a position to defend himself? Or was he in no position to defend himself? I would err on the side of the former. I would say that he wasn't out of it. And I know people say, you want to see a fight stop too soon rather than too late. Yeah, I understand that. God knows I've seen enough fatalities watching boxing over the years. But I think Steed Woodhall had something to give. I mean, it was a very good overhand right that pushed him back. It landed pretty much, I think, near the temple, or if not on the temple. But Woodhall was covering up and rocking and rolling. And I just felt the referee could have given him another 10 seconds. It felt like unfinished business. Having said that, of course, he was under the cosh, and Simpson in the opening round, it was very evident, how quick his hands are. As a super middleweight, he's got very fast hands. He's got quite a sort of conventional style. There's nothing outlandish about him. He does everything in a sort of textbook way. He just does it very, very well. And there's no doubt that at the age of 28, he's in his prime. He's good to go now. He wants to be, I think, going for the EBU title. Does he have one of those trinkets? I think Woodhall actually came in with a WBO international title of some sort, which I think was on the line too. So that might get Simpson a ranking with the WBO. But I'm old school. I'm an older guy. I like the sort of traditional route: British, Commonwealth, European, and then world. I think Ben Shalom and Boxer, they've got themselves a good fighter here. So it would be a shame if he wasn't brought along sensibly. I don't see any. It's like he's 28. He's not 32. So a little bit more time, maybe. Like I say, go for the EBU title. Then a couple of 10-rounders maybe against top 20 or top 15 world opponents, and then make a run for the world title. I think he's got it in him. He's a good fighter, very good fighter. I did feel a bit for Steed Woodhall because he came in with 19 wins. 12 KOs. He had 2 defeats on his record, but in his last fight, he sprang an upset. He knocked out Lerone Richards in 6 rounds, and Richards, I think, if I remember right, was winning that fight. But Woodhall always looked like a handful, and he basically clipped Richards. Now, a lot of people said that they felt Richards was the weight had something to do with it, because Richards had, for a while, had been struggling to make 168. I think that was mentioned during the commentary. Yeah, someone mentioned it during the commentary that he'd been struggling with the 168 poundage, and therefore they didn't want to take anything away from. It was Dave Caldwell said it, that Richards had been at Dan Caldwell's gym and had looked very, very tight at 168. But you don't want to take anything away from Woodhall. I mean, he did the business. He was also coming off a defeat to Patrick McCrory over 10 rounds, a unanimous decision. So it weren't exactly like, it weren't exactly like anyone was giving Steed Woodhall anything. And certainly when he fought Simpson, it was the crowd was absolutely, jammed to the rafters with Simpson fans and family. There is a slightly tragic element to this fight for Simpson and his family, because Simpson's sister, Lily Ray, passed away following an accident when she was on holiday. She's only 19 years old. Terrible age to die. It's no kind of age, is it? So he had her name on his gown and his trunks, and even on his hand wraps, he had her name. And very much a bittersweet moment, I think, for that family. But well done to Callum Simpson. I'm sure he's going to make his sister proud, his whole family proud. He's good. I like what I see with Simpson, because he doesn't do anything spectacularly, but he does everything impressively. He doesn't rely on one move. His footwork's good. He holds his shape well, both hands. He hits hard with both hands. This is his 11th KO in 16 wins, no draws, no defeats. I think he can be a threat. He's kind of, and he's got the fan base, of course. He's from Barnsley, which is, Yorkshire people, as we know from Josh Warrington. They support their lads, don't they? And lasses. So he can sell tickets as well, which is good. Always helps, doesn't it? And I think Boxer, if they can manoeuvre Simpson into, European title shot and then a world title shot, he can certainly maximise his potential, which is all any boxer can do. For Steed Woodhall, he's 30 now. I do feel this was a premature stoppage, but hopefully he'll get another chance. Hopefully he'll get a bit more work, because this is very unfortunate, I think. And, he's got wins over people like Boris Crichton. He outpointed him over 8. I think Simpson's got a win over 10 over Boris Crichton. Boris Crichton's a good sort of domestic level gatekeeper, pretty decent fighter. And of course the win over Richards was very good. The fight with Patrick McCrory that Steed Woodhall had was competitive. I think McCrory won it, but I think it was a 96, 94, 96, 93, something like that. I think Woodhall was flawed in that fight, which cost him, but he's a good domestic level fighter, and he deserves, I think, another chance. And if he can get maybe an eliminator for the British or something like that, he can come back. But let me know what you think. How far do you think Callum Simpson can go? Do you see him as potentially world title, or maybe he's knocking on the door of it now? Or do you agree with me about going for the EBU title? Let me know your opinions. And like I say, comments below. I always enjoy reading your comments. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button as well if you like the video. If you didn't like the video, hit the like button anyway, because spread the love, you know what I mean? And thank you very much. Not a bad night's boxing. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.